Hi guys, good evening. So today's topic is JCL. So far we have seen COBOL, DB2. Okay. So here we have completed COBOL and as well as DB2. So now we are going to discuss about JCL. So can someone tell me what is JCL? So anyone have idea? No? Okay, fine. So JCL is nothing but job control language. Okay. Basically nothing but job control language. So if you want to execute a COBOL program, so JCL is the mandate. So far we have run these COBOL programs in online compiler, but in real time, if you want to run any of the COBOL program, you need to create a JCL. Okay, I'll give you a brief idea about JCL. Yeah, JCL stands for Job Control Language. So this is the abbreviation of JCL. Okay. It will work like a scripting language. So scripting in the sense, there is one file. Suppose there is one file, 100, okay, something like this. Okay, then there is 102. Okay, you can consider as okay. There are few records with these names. So I want to extract the records who is having, okay, who is staying in Bangalore. Okay, so it's like, so here we are performing some sort operation. So there is one more thing apart from COBOL. So there is a sort. So here what we can do, so here we can write sort conditions. Based on that, we can filter it. Yeah, suppose this is an input file. Okay, this is an input file. So forget about JCL. If we don't have JCL, there is only one option. Like we need to write a COBOL program, and we need to read each and every record. Yeah, guys, can you please go on here? You need to read each and every record, and you need to put it into data layout, and based on that data layout, so you need to check whether the address is, if address equal to Bangalore, suppose. So in that case, what you need to do, so you need to write it into another file. Correct. So instead of going to create a program in JCL, also there is one more option. We can filter the records, okay, based on sort cards. Okay, that we will see in a next class, but this is the introduction for JCL, like the main mode. Yeah, the first thing is, if you want to execute a COBOL program, so JCL is mandatory and it will work like a scripting language. If you want to do some sort operations, we are going to use JCL. Okay. And here we have a maximum, we can write 255 steps. Okay. I'll tell you what are the steps, what is step and how to write the steps and all. Here the benefit is, if you learn one JCL, that is fair enough, because only one JCL, we are going to use it in most of the cases. Okay, I'll show you structure of the JCL. Okay, is my screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, Anna, it's visible.
Okay. So if you see the steps, okay, this is the sample JCL. Okay, this is a sample JCL. So I'll tell you. So what are these? So this is the first step, right? In JCL, it has job card. This is called job card. Okay. If you take any of the JCL, so job card is a mandatory. So here, job one is the job name. So this can be anything. Like you can write 8 letters. Okay. And after that, job is a keyword. So here there are some parameters. Okay. It's like username and group name and class and priority. Okay. And here we have a steps. So in step one, we are going to execute our COBOL program. Step one, you need to execute a COBOL program. So here program name equal to COBOL program. So it's like your COBOL program name. We need to write it over here. Okay. So the first one is job card is mandatory. Without job card, we are not able to run any JCL. Okay. After that, we are going to write step names. This is called step. So like this, we can write 255 maximum steps in one JCL. I'll tell you what is the necessity of step. Okay, I want to execute 10 programs in one JCL. You can create 10 steps over here. Okay, and you can run your job. So the step one, what we are doing? Step one, execute. Execute is a keyword. TGM is a program equal to COBOL program. Okay. Suppose you have written sample program, SAM, ALE. Okay, you can give like that. And in your program, suppose you are using any input file and output file, that case you need to give this input over here. So this is the physical file names. I explained you already in a file reading concept. What is physical file name and what is logical file name. Okay. Whatever the physical file name, you will give it here. It will take it from a JCL. Okay. It will take it from a JCL and it will give it to your COBOL program. I'll tell you one scenario. Suppose in your input file, you have already written right. You can consider this is your input file. This file contains 4 records. So how the program knows, okay, how many records there in your input file. So that's why we are going to use this concept. Okay. So here input file dd dsn equal to dsn is nothing but data set names. Okay. Data set names and what is data set and what is library. This and all I will explain in a real time. Okay. Just so far you can understand the basic JCL, how the JCL looks like. Okay. Again, I will take another class to explain each and every point. So here DSN is nothing but data set name. It's like a file. So here you need to give a file name over here. So in mainframes and all, so the file names look like this. Some dots, okay, some characters. Okay, this is called input file name over here. So disk equal to share in the sense, okay. we are going to share the file in a shared mode so that everyone can access, in all the jobs can access. Okay, this is about input file. Okay. Then you need to read the data. Okay, you need to read these records. Okay, you have already built a program to read and write. If you want to execute that COBOL program, here we are going to write a JCL. So this is your input file, and you want to write these records, the center records, into another output file. The program is you have already built. Okay, we need to run that program. Okay, in that case, you need to write a JCL like this. So first step is job code. Job code is a mandatory. So this one is a job name. Job name, job one we have given, right? Okay. So this can be only 8 characters always. Okay. The job name should be always in a 8 characters. Then job. Okay. This entire line is called job card. This entire line is called job card. Then after that job card, we are going to write a step to execute our sample program. So in that our program, we have one input file and one output file. So we have already created input file. So we are going to give DSN equal to file name and disp equal to share. But output file is not yet created. Output file is going to create in a COBOL program. So output file DD, data definition, DSN equal to data set name. Okay, this is our output file should get created after running our COBOL program. Okay. So what are these parameters? Okay, what are these parameters? You may get it out. So whenever you want to create a file, these parameters are mandatory. Okay, disp equal to new catalog and delete, and this unit spaces are this. Okay, and space. What is the memory length? What is the memory? It should get occupied. So space is equal to, we are going to give here cylinders. Okay, here we have cylinders and tracks and DCB parameters. So it's like, so what is the file length over here? So we are not able to decide, right? Okay. If it is a notepad, so it is difficult to understand, to identify the length. But in mainframe, it is not like that. So we can easily identify the length of the program. Yeah, give me a minute. Yeah, sorry. So in our COBOL program, we have one input file and one output file. So we have already created a file. So that's why we don't have these parameters, disp and space and DCB parameters. Okay. So disp parameters is nothing but so dispositional parameters. If you want to create new file or if you want to delete, so it will automatically take care about creation and deletion part. Okay. So this dispositional parameter. So space is nothing but it's like, so what is the memory it should get occupied. Okay. This will decide. And DCB is nothing but here it will identify whether the record format is fixed blocks, okay, variable blocks. Otherwise, record length should be 70. Okay, if you see in Notepad++, you can easily understand what is the length of the file. So here you can see, so I'm going to place the cursor over here. So here you can see column number is 67. Okay, so like that in mainframes. Okay, now what is the column number? I'm going to place over here. So now the column number is 100. Okay, so this means our record length is 100. This record length is 100, and file length also 100, because now we are in a position like 100 column. Okay, and this is about record length and record format. So there are some record formats like how we have PDF and doc and Excel. So the same way we have record formats like FB and VB, something will be like that. Okay, so if you remember one JCL, okay, if you remember this one JCL, then you can easily write how many steps it is required and how many JCLs if you want in your real time. Okay, so again I'm going to explain. So this is sample JCL. So job card. So the first line is a job card. So whenever you run a job, so based on this job name only, we can decide, okay, whether our job is ran success or not. It means if you want to run any COBOL program, the JCL is mandatory. What is JCL? JCL is nothing but job control language. So it contains steps. So in first step, what we are going to do? So we are going to execute a program. And how many files it is there in your program? So you need to declare over here. Suppose in your program, you are going to use 5 files, then you need to create 5 files like this. Okay, input file 1, output file 1, output file 2, output file 3. So that is depends on our requirement. So this is a sample JCL to execute our COBOL programs. Okay, if you practice one, then you will get to know, but this one you cannot practice in your missions. So this we will see in next class in real-time classes. Okay. See, just to, you guys are what you need to do, just understand what is job and what is exec, what is PGM, what is DSN. Okay, you have to remember these points. That's it. DSN is nothing but dataset name. Dataset name is nothing but file. Okay. Again, what is new? Catalog and delete. Okay. If you want to create any new file, this new parameter is going to take care. Okay. If you want to delete parameter is going to take care. What is space? Space is nothing but memory. Okay. Memory location, memory allocation. Like, okay. And what is the record length you need to give your output file, whether it is a 70 or 80 or 100. Okay. Here, these are all called physical file names. This we are going to use it in your COBOL program. Okay. Your COBOL program physical file name and JCL file names should match. Then only it will read this data set. Otherwise, we are not able to read this data set. Okay, any doubts so far? I think it is a little bit confusing. Okay, if it is the first class, but somehow. Any doubt, guys? No? Yes?
No doubt, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, today onwards we will take in real-time classes, sir.
Not today. Tomorrow onwards. Like if JCL is completed, then tomorrow onwards I will take real time.
Okay, sir.
See, tomorrow onwards, daily half an hour class, okay?
Okay, sir.
I'll explain you everything. It's in a real time classes, and I'll show you practically in a weekdays, I think, not weekdays, weekend, Saturday or Sunday.
రియల్ టైం అంటే ఎప్పటి నుంచేనా? ఐ మీన్ టుమారో నుంచేనా?
ప్రాజెక్ట్ అంటే మీ ప్రాజెక్ట్లో ఎవరెవరు ఉంటారు, సో దోస్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ డీటెయిల్స్.
సో ఇది ఆఫ్లైనే కదా?
సారీ,
ఆఫ్లైన్ కదా అన్నది?
దట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ ఆన్లైన్.
ఆఫ్లైన్
Online only for real time.
Okay.
Real time in the sense only screen part only in offline. This what is the SDLC and how you will get the requirements. Okay,
ఓకే.
that also real time.
ఓకే.
See, you will get everything. See, this JCL and all, so no need to write from scratch. There are some libraries, I'll tell you. So there are some libraries. You can copy paste it, but you have to know where to copy paste it and what you need to change. That's what you have to remember. That's it. JCL, not only JCL, in program also. Okay, and this is the sample JCL. If you want, you can take a bit. Yeah, anyway, it's an recorded video, right? Okay, that's fine. This is a sample JCL. Okay, just to go through it. And next thing, if you want to write any script, right? So it's like it will work like a scripting language, right? What I told you initially. So there is a record. I want to sort the records. So I want to take only records as a Bangalore or Hyderabad. So that case, what you need to do? Okay. In that case, so this is the sample JCL for that one. Okay, is a job card. So the first step is job card. So job card is a mandatory for each and every job. And here the step execute program equal to sort. So sort is a inbuilt tool, like it's an utility. It is going to take care whatever we are going to write. Okay, and this is the input file, sort in DDDSN. So this is the input file. This is the input file, and after sorting, we need to create an output, right? Okay, this is an output file. See, JCL dot sample dot input is the input file, and JCL dot sample dot output is the output file. So how we can able to identify whether it is input file or output file? If it is an input file, it contains only one statement, DDDSN name equal to disp equal to share. If it is an output file, it contains disp parameters, DCB parameters, okay, space parameters. If it is an output file, it contains disp parameters, space parameters, DCB parameters, so that you can easily identify this is the output file. If we don't have these things, then this is an input file. So if you see here, a cd.log ds inv file is the input file because it don't have this parameters, space parameters, and DCB parameters. If it is an output file, it should contain this space and DCB. Okay, this way you can remember what is how to remember, sorry, how to identify input file and how to identify output file. Okay, after that, it's an scripting, right? So this is a script, just you need to write. What is the script? So the script is if you see here, System. So system input DD star sort fields equal to copy. Okay, what is sort fields equal to copy here? So just to do sorting and put it into output file. So this is the condition you need to write. Include condition. Okay. If you consider this is your input file. So what is the column name over here? The column name. The column length is 15. Okay. From 15 to 3 characters equal to what I need to keep? BLR. Okay. Bangalore. So what it will do? So whenever you submit this job, okay, whenever you submit this job in the sense, okay, whenever you run this JCL, it will execute with the program as a sort. And first it will take this input, okay, take this input. Based on this input, it will do sorting. So what we are doing, okay, only this step only you need to change it based on your requirement. This in DD star equal to sort fields equal to copy, include condition equal to 15,3. Why I have given 15? Okay, this is present in a 50th position, Bangalore. Okay, Bangalore is present in a 50th position, so that's why I have given 15. From 15 to 3 characters equal to Bangalore. So it will take only wherever it is present Bangalore, it will take it and it will write it into output file. So this is called sort call. This is called sort call. So mainly we can use JCL for two purposes. Okay, one is to run our COBOL program, another one is to write some scripting. Okay, so scripting in the sense just to sort operations. So I want to keep only some particular records. Okay, I want to remove some duplicate records. Okay, suppose again 102 is there, J is there, Hyderabad is there. Okay, I want to identify some duplicates and I want to delete some duplicates. Here I want to take only first two records. Okay, I want to take some last two records. So that is called scripting. Okay. For that case, we are going to use JCL. So this is a sample JCL to do some sorting operations. Okay, this is sample JCL to execute our COBOL program. Any doubts?
No doubt.
Okay. Okay, I'll share these documents with you. Okay. You guys can go through it. And if you have any doubts, you can ping me or you can ask me in the next class. And tomorrow onwards, we have real-time classes.